Amy Faust. She's here, author, coach, speaker, and Amy is here to share the idea of dating and loving yourself, dating and loving yourself. She says it's about learning to love yourself fully before trying to love someone else. And no one way to do that is by treating yourself to dates, whether you're single or in a relationship. The shift in how we treat ourselves can help us love others more. Let me see if I can remember intuitively the questions that I was asking you.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so why did you pick this topic on dating and loving yourself?
I picked this because in previous discussions about my getting a divorce after a 29-year marriage, I was living on my own. And not only was I searching for my identity, but also learning to love myself was important. I think I went through a lot of ups, downs, little detours along the way. But it was important for me to learn to love who I was, learn to love how I look, learn to love myself as a person on the inside. And it's not until I started doing that that I found myself in a healthy relationship where I can offer that love to someone else.
Yes. And so, how long have you been divorced now?
I've been divorced for a little over 4 years.
So, it's been 4 years. And how are you different now than you were 4 years ago?
Oh, wow. Where should I begin? I think part of that is finding out who I was, finding my identity, but then also learning to love myself. And it wasn't that I didn't love myself as a mom or as a wife, but I didn't love myself fully. What I mean by that is when we hear the word self care, we think of, we go and get pedicures, we get massages, and we take care of ourselves. And I did some of that as a wife and as a mom, but I'm talking about more self care on the inside, internal work on ourselves, whether it's through meditating, whether it's through prayer, whether it's through alone time. So, kind of learning how you're working, learning what didn't work for you. Why are you alone now? Why are you doing things differently? So, learning a little more about yourself, learning to love yourself, I think is the only way that you can fully love someone else. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
so you're in a relationship not because you have to have a relationship. You're in a relationship because they complete you. They complement you. They don't complete you. You are already whole. They complement you. And so I think that allows us to love a little more freely.
Yeah, I mean, that is, I feel that way too. I feel like the relationship that you have with yourself and your spirit, with whatever you call God, the universe, source, whatever, that relationship, that one relationship is the most important relationship that we can have. And then when we bring that relationship to all that we relate with, um, it's a wonderful way to um, bring the positivity and to bring the love and to bring the beauty that we want to see in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So okay, so you've been divorced now for 4 years. And what did you do over the course of, how was it when you first found yourself, like, what do I do? I think you and I talked about this before.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what kind of ice cream do I like?
What do you want to cook for yourself? Where do you want to go? You have all this time on your hands. You're alone. Let's go figure it out. Let's figure out who and what we are about.
And so what did you do? Did you set dates for yourself? Did you set times for yourself that you're going to do this? Because I want to say something, like a lot of women um, have pain that's wounded, that where they need to love. Did you have pain?
I did. I did. And I think some of that pain, you take that and you develop insecurities about yourself. You develop some of that negative talk. in your own head or negative talk that you listen to from other people. And I think some of those things are things that you have to overcome before you can love yourself. Um, you have to shut out all the negative talk, whether it's in your own head telling you you can't do this, or you aren't good enough, or you aren't pretty enough, or whatever the case may be. You have to shut all of that out and shut out the negative talk about from other people, what they think of you. Oh, well, she is this or she is that. You have to shut all of that out so that you can focus on yourself, focus on who you are on the inside. And some of that is, looking in the mirror. I posted a blog post on my website today talking about the Michael Jackson song that we're all familiar with, The Man in the Mirror. If you want to make a change, it starts with the person you see in the mirror. And so I think that those words are never so true when you're talking about loving yourself, because you look in the mirror and you see, oh, I don't like my hair, or oh, I'm fat, or oh, I'm this, or oh, I'm that. And that causes all of that additional negative self-talk that causes you to not like yourself, whether it's your appearance, but that relates to all of it. So I think when you look in the mirror and you can say, I look great. It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. It doesn't matter what someone else feels. I look great. I feel good about myself. I look great. And then when you're going inward, am I a good person? Am I doing not just what I'm called to do, but am I doing good? Am I making a difference in the world? Am I being the change you see in the world? That sort of thing, to quote Gandhi. So I think it's several different steps to learning to love yourself.
Yeah, I remember, the self-love journey is probably the greatest love story ever told. I feel, it's the greatest thing, because that's where the most healing needs to happen, is in that self-love story, right? And
Yes.
I remembered, even when the judgments that I would have, like you were talking about, when you're thinking negative thoughts about yourself, like I'm fat, or I'm this, or I'm that. I remember, I was going to yoga every day, doing 90 minutes of yoga. I'm walking, I'm doing all these things. And my mind would still go there to try to judge where I am, right? And um, that's when I had to set a boundary, and out of love for myself, and said, wait a minute, you're doing yoga, you're walking, you're doing all of the things that you love to do. And that's enough. That's enough. And so I love that you said it doesn't matter what other people think.
Yes, it's that's a very different mindset to get into for someone who has long been a people pleaser. I'm very conscientious. Well, what if they think this, or what if they think that, or this person won't like me, or this, all of those different things. I was very worried about that a lot more than I should have been. And it wasn't till I was living on my own, and I think you and I have talked about just being my authentic self, and not really caring what someone else thought. If you don't like that, then don't watch me, or don't look at me, don't listen to me, whatever the case may be. Just being confident in who you are and what you're doing.
What did your family say? Like, your family, your close family, your kids, your mom, what did they say, your friends, when they've seen you change the way that you've changed over the years?
I think as a whole, most people that I come in contact with, whether it's my family or my mom or my closest friends, are proud to see that I have come out of my shell. They're proud to see that I'm doing something for myself, or that I'm doing something to help other people get to the same place that I got to. So I think it's been an encouragement all the way around, and I'm grateful for that.
I can't believe that you were in a shell.
I was.
I mean, I just can't, you just seem so, just again, your energy is just exuding, beauty and confidence and helpfulness and fun.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I was in a little shell, and I was telling someone when it came to the book writing thing, I said I was on a booster club board, I was teen mom, I did all of the things for my kids, and it was very easy to get up at a banquet and say, these boys are great, or these girls are great, and look what they did, and look what they've accomplished. But when it came to talking about myself, oh no, 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 I didn't dare venture down that road. I was all about giving someone else the credit. And even at work, I would plan the events, and then I would just quietly step aside while someone else enjoyed the events. Now I find myself going to the events and being more of a social bug than not, and being able to talk about myself or the issues or the struggles that I have been through so that I can help someone else. So it's a completely different shell, more than just I wouldn't call myself necessarily ever really, except early on, an introvert, but it's more than just coming out of my shell. It's learning to talk more about myself and my issues and what I've been through rather than talking about somebody else.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's wonderful. Let's leave the audience with some actionable to-do steps of what they can do to schedule a date with themselves for the calendar, put it on the calendar. And what are some of the things that you would like to see them do?
So, some things that I suggest to some of my clients are um, women love baths. And 9 times out of 10, I won't say that every woman loves to lay in the bathtub, but put some music on that you enjoy, lay in the bathtub, whether it's bubble bath, whether it's Epsom salt or whatever, with the masks on that help you, um, tighten your skin, get rid of wrinkles, whatever the case may be. Put a mask on and do that, and just relax. Listen to the music, move your feet around, listen to the water. The sound of water is very relaxing for me. And just veg. Don't think about your to-do list. Don't think about, oh, I've got to go run to the store. Don't think about what's coming up in a few days that you have to do. Just quiet your mind and quiet your everything, and just lay there and relax. And another thing that I really tell clients is shut out the noise. As I said before, don't listen to what other people are saying about you. Don't listen to the negative voices or the imposter syndrome or the things in your head telling you you can't do something. If there's something that you want to do, then use my word, use determination and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely. And there's nothing wrong even with putting a date with your bathtub on the calendar. Like, oh,
Absolutely.
like having Sundays as your day, or something to look forward to. That's a ritual. I like that idea, is having like a ritual of something that you do that's just for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I know that the last 4 years, Amy, haven't been, tell everyone how they get in contact with you, and, if they want to jump on a free discovery call with you.
You can take a look at my website, my-resilient-journey.com. If you hit the Let's Chat button, it will take you to an email address, and just send me a quick note and we can hop on a 30-minute discovery call. It's free of charge. There's no obligation to do that, just to kind of get a feel for where you are. If you're feeling stuck, just shoot me an email and we can get on a call. I'm also Amy Deanne on Facebook and Instagram, and Resilient TX on Facebook and Instagram as well. So you can instant message me, you can private message me on Facebook, or you can go to the website and shoot me an email as well.
Well, I just want to give a plug to you that also on your website, you have that beautiful blog of yours where you're writing, because you're also a writer. And so for people to subscribe to that, and how often do you put out a blog?
Probably once a week right now.
Okay, once a week. That's great. So, people can follow you and, learn from you and grow with you. So, Amy, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's wonderful.